Good morning. I hope everyone is having a beautiful start to your day. So, I've had, some clients that I was dealing with, and the question that constantly keeps coming up as far as in relationships, what to do if your significant other is not respecting you. Okay. So the first thing I will always say is people are only going to do what you allow. Let's go for men, women, boys, kids, girls, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter what the relationship is. Even if it's mother to son, kids, kids to kids, peers to peers, whatever. People only going to do what you allow them to do. So if you constantly allow them to disrespect you and not set forth healthy boundaries, what's going to constantly keep taking place is they're going to constantly disrespect your space, and you're constantly going to be left at the short end of the stick and frustrated. So my advice to you is to, one, set forth healthy boundaries in place, communication, and make sure that you know exactly what you will and will not tolerate. And honestly, you have to be that person that if they disrespect your personal space or they disrespect those boundaries, you have to be willing to go ahead and cut them off completely. Like, completely cut them off. Just think about it. Like, for those who have kids, or even better yet, for those who actually, you work, you get a certain amount of warning, okay? Before you start working, they usually give you a handout. For all my adults, they give you a handout, a workbook as far as the rules and guidelines. And if you do so many things, like usually you have 3 strikes and then you're out. After those 3 strikes, then they're like, okay, well, you're fired. That's the same thing in the relationships, whether it be platonic, romantic, or whatever. You have to make sure that you put forth these healthy boundaries that you know that you're going to follow and stick to. Because if not, people are only going to do what you allow them to do. And if you constantly allow them to overstep their boundaries, then you're the one who's going to be left. Just think about it. The concept is the same. Whether you're a parent, whether you're a peer, kids, an employee, there's rules and guidelines. The thing is, the rules are set forth so that you have the guidelines of what to do and what not to do. And if you break them, then you should face the consequences. The thing is making sure that you enforce the consequences so that people don't think that they can constantly just keep depleting you and, overstepping their boundaries and pretty much disregarding your feelings, and what's going on with that. Because a lot of times then it has a backlash, and you don't want to be the one faced with the fact of, oh my gosh, this person really just hurt me and they didn't respect my space. Last, communication is always key. But when you communicate to gain understanding and comprehension. So make sure that 2, you're communicating, you're gaining understanding, you're asking questions, and you're listening. Because sometimes people could not be on the same page as you, and that's okay. But when they're not on the same page as you, that's when you have a decision to make, whether you're gonna fight or flight. All right, guys, this has been another Sunshine Corner. Thank you for tuning in. I love you lots. Have a beautiful and wonderful day. Bye.